Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M53 M55. It's the Tier 9 American SPG. This one's located on the northeast corner of Karelia, and it's under the command of Oxagon. And you can see that he's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. Now, he's been doing a lot of playing in this Arty over the past, well, couple of days, and he sent me in some of the replays. Game on. So this is a 2 replay video, and we've got another 2 replay video coming up after this one as well. Now the M53, M55, this is the M55. I can know that for certain because it's the short fat barrel, which is the 8-inch howitzer. In the game it's capable of 900 alpha, but as somebody pointed out recently, not a lot of people are getting the sort of penetration values that they should be getting for this Arty, or even that the non-penetration values, because of course they should be getting at least 450 if they get a non-pen, or around about 450 alpha. Well, he anticipated the AMX M454 was going to move a bit further forward, and it didn't, so he didn't get anything out of that one except some stun assist, 382, but that's useful. Standard reload 40.27 seconds. He's got 30, I think it's showing 33, but we'll verify that any second. Got a Progetto up on the horseshoe, 30.22, so he's actually not quite a lot off. 10 seconds, that's a lot. He's quickly dialing in on T92. Oh, wiped out completely. That was a penetrating shot, but 812. He definitely went through the armor on that T92 because, yes, again, it's very thinly armored light tank, and, well, a shell that can do 52mm of pen is likely to overwhelm that guy, and so he's got his first kill. Probably won't be his last. Oh, there's the Progetto up on the at the back of the South Pass, sitting behind the rock, thinking, oh, I'm perfectly safe there. Well, he suffered 141 from splash there, and now we're changing direction again. It's one of the great things about the M53 and M55 is that it does have a very wide arc, 60 degrees in total, 30 degrees either side of the center line, and that means that unless your target is outside the arc, and it was outside the arc there when he's going for the Striv 103B, you don't have to dial in take so long to dial in. You can actually dial in fairly quickly. Well, that Striv has taken damage, but he cured his stun virtually straight away, and as a consequence we missed out on a bit of stun assist there. That's unfortunate. Okay, going back to where the Progetto 65 was last seen. Unusual place for a Progetto 65, to be honest. Not the sort of tank you would expect to be in there. You'd normally expect a tank destroyer to be covering that rock. You'd expect a Progetto 65 to be in the northwest corner of the map. Well, he can't see him. I normally would have fired blind at this point to say, okay, well, I'll put a round in there to see if I can wake up anyone. It could be, of course, that the Progetto 65's pulled back altogether because we have got a mouse fairly nearby, and he may have thought that it's just too hot to stay next to that rock. In the meantime, he's found the Centurion 5-1. As you know, that is the Australian Centurion. Oh, who drives back into the shell and takes a direct hit. But again, non-penetration for 345, well below the alpha, so it's a very low roll non-pen. Well, that tortoise is taking a hammering. Meanwhile, we've got another couple up. Oh, and the tortoise is gone. Taken out eventually by the Striv 1030. Now, we're looking for that Australian Centurion. The RAAC Centurion. Of course, those are the ones that actually saw service in Vietnam. A lot of people forget that there were Australians in Vietnam. and they took their tanks with them. Rounds out in the 60 TP, long flight. He moved forward just enough to avoid a direct hit, but he still took a bit of splash, 95. Okay, scores still very even. There's that Centurion again. He's very low on hit points now, and he's gone. Now an AMX M454's turned up, and it's a difficult shot, but he can get it. Rounds out. Direct hit into the side. 271. Damaged his tracks. Looks like that Progetto 65 did move away from the rock down in the south, because he was later seen up near the enemy cap area, or just in grid square H3. Our Baraska's covering that position in the marsh, and we're looking for sighting of that M454 again. The enemy's gone tremendously defensive. Our guys are gradually pushing forward. It looks like our Lurva up on the horseshoe took a hit from one of the enemy tanks. And now our Barask in the, not the one in the marsh. Yes, unfortunately he just got wiped out by the AMX M454. And a round goes in for 432. Again, well below the alpha for a non-pen. So the scores are still even. Our mouse is not pushing forward in the south, but I guess the reason why he's not doing that is because he's not getting any support. If the Lurva was to go with him, he might be able to do that. Now Oxagon's got 12 rounds left. You only get 20 rounds in total. He has loaded 5 of the extra HE, which obviously has more damage but no stun. Those would be good shells to fire at tanks which are hiding in positions like that, because obviously they'll take the splash, but they'll get an increased splash. The improved HE actually does 1,100, so the alpha on that one would be 550, or non-penetration round. And penetration of 65mm as well, and the 60 TP takes another 253, and now it becomes a one-shot. I think the Barask who was in the marsh, who didn't get killed by the AMX M454, now has a target. He can take out that 60 TP. And 60 TP, yet again, he's going defensive. He's trying to get away, and he doesn't want to get hit by Arty, so he's pulling back round the corner. The enemy Arty in this game, by the way, is an FB3805, the British Tier 9. We haven't heard from him at all. No, he hasn't tried to counter battery us. And there's the M454 again. Rounds out on his previous position. Unfortunately, it goes short. Wasn't fully dialed in when he fired, so that might be the reason. So now might be a good time to consider changing position. I know he's changing position slightly here, but might be a good idea to change position completely and possibly even go down to the South Pass, maybe up onto the horseshoe, and start shooting at those enemy tanks on the opposite side of the map, because he would get shots on them. He might also get a shot on that AMX M454 because he's hiding behind the rocks, but he wouldn't be able to do that if Oxagon was shooting from the horseshoe, because that spot would be wide open. You see the reticule drifting? It's a fault of the system. Okay, rounds out on that batch. I think that was an accidental one. I don't think he meant to actually fire that. I think he switched around his aim and accidentally hit the fire key at the same time. That's why I didn't watch that one go in. So 9 rounds of ammunition. He's now down below half of his ammo load. And one of our tanks just flipped himself over and died. That's the Barask. Now, he was near the horseshoe. I think he must have rubbed up against a rock and flipped himself completely over. That has happened to just about everyone in the game, I think, at least one time or other. Very easy for Arty to do as well. You can be driving in aim mode and you just forget that you have to look for rocks every now and then, and you just accidentally go up right up over a rock and you're over on your side. And there's that M4Y. Very low on hit points. The splash would be enough to take him out. And he's gone anyway. The Striv 1030 got him. That does now make the Batchat 25 TAP, the Tier 9 French light tank, was it medium tank actually, make him vulnerable because it's only him up in that corner. If one of our tank destroyers, such as the K91 PT, was to advance and assist the 53 TP, they could take him out. And that might actually then lead to a charge all the way around the northwest corner down towards the enemy cap area. Our mouse has pulled back, probably because he wasn't getting any support and probably because he was facing at least 2 enemy tanks. He's decided he's not going to do anything. Oh, and the Batchat 25 TAP managed to fool us all because he's not in the northwest corner at all. He's now managed to get up on top of the horseshoe, and because our guys aren't getting any support, he's now attacking and could take out one of our tanks. In fact, now the Progetto's gone round the rock as well, and he's come up on that corner. And yeah, we just lost the Striv 103B, but they lost their Progetto. We're not getting any easy shots here at the moment. Okay, now he might be able to get that Batchat when he comes up on top of the rise. He's obviously thinking, I'll get the mouse from behind. Rounds out. Bit late. Oh, he killed him! It wasn't late at all. It was right on time because he hit the Batchat and took him out. So that's the second kill for Oxagon. And now the enemy's collapsing because I think they changed their tactics to attack from the south. And although they managed to get one of our tanks, the Striv 103B, they left the north end open. And now they're all dead, which means that, all dead on that corner, on that side. We can stream round the south side of the map. If they get a move on, if the mouse and the lure get a move on, they might be able to get to the cap and start capping together. But it's very late in the game because that's the 2-minute hooter. We're trying to get a solution on the M454. Rounds out. It was close. He's got 1 round of standard HE left, but we've got no protection in the cap anymore because all the tanks that are actually guarding the cap in the north end have all died, and now Oxagon's all alone. Everyone else is off to the races and trying to get to the enemy cap as quickly as they can. We're aiming for the Scorpion G, who's near the enemy cap. Last HE round, we're stunned. Make it count. Rounds out. He pulls back. He knew that that shell was coming in. But it has put him out of the way. And although he's taking damage from the M48 pattern, he's now having to contend with the rest of the tanks coming in from the other direction. The FB3805 just took a hit. That's the last minute hooter. We have now got some help up in near our cap area. The SU-130PM came back. And we just fired a round. Unfortunately, oh, we did get to see it, but it was a bit late. I think we will see that one again. I will run this back so the Arty watchers can actually say, yep, that was a good clean kill. You can see, there's the FB3805. He assigns the aim, and Rounds out. Yep, that's a kill. Nice one. 3 kills now for Oxagon. And that AMX M454 does look a kind of clean target. And the enemy did retreat back to their own camp when they realised it was under threat. But we're now down to 30 seconds, so they have to kill all the enemy, and there's only 3 of them left. But I doubt that they're going to be able to do that. You can't see the M454, but you might as well shoot, because you're not going to have another chance. You've only got 12 seconds left on the clock. Rounds out, M454. Well, 369 hit points on the best improved HE, but the clock's run out. Oh, and right at the end we lost our K91 PT, but it is a draw. Here's the results from the first battle, and it's a second class tanker for Oxagon in the M53, M55. You got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 14, and he got a course medal for exceeding 8 times the hit points for his own vehicle in damage on the enemy. So that's an epic medal, and nothing else, unfortunately. But let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see he didn't get the highest damage in the game, actually. The M48A5 pattern on our team managed 4,191 hit points. The second highest damage went to Oxagon with 3,832, and the third highest damage went to the Batchat 25TAP, who got 3,371. When it came to kills, the highest scorer was Oxagon with 3 kills. 2 kills went to the Mouse, the Strib 1030, the Progetto 65 on the enemy team, and their 60TP all got 2 kills apiece. And when it came to base XP, it's Oxagon who does the best on our team with 534, which kind of sounds low, but then again, it is a draw, and some of these guys are getting lots of damage. 515 went to the Batchat 25TAP, and 512, only 3 experience points lower, to the M48A5 pattern. Oxagon fired 17 rounds, got 6 direct hits, 2 penetrations, 14 splash. Damage of 3,832, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 3, so missed out on getting a Confederate purely by the fact that he got too many kills. 382 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. He earned 26,210 credits for the battle, 13,471 from battle payments, and because he got the epic medal, he got 3,726 extra for achievements, 58,375 credits altogether, and after resupply of ammunition and consumables, he still came out ahead with 5,705 credits profit. 534 XP, 336 for achievements, 1,305 experience points altogether. So that's the end of the first battle, and it's a draw. Well, it was a hard-fought draw, but there was long moments during that battle where nobody was firing really, or not doing much. And as a consequence, I think they lost momentum, and that's why it ended up a draw in the end. Let's have a look at the second battle. The second replay is on the south spawn of Abbey, and in this battle we've got Soul Collector in the Kampfpanzer 50 ton, as well as BG Warlord in a Cobra. So he's got a couple of platoon mates to actually get the enemy out of their positions and enable him to get some damage on them. Now he's doing something I tend to do on this map, because there are some great firing positions over this side, enable you to actually get at the river road as well as the tanks coming down the west side of the map. And you're particularly well hidden if you go into this little dip area over here. It's very difficult for the enemy to see. Okay, oh my gum, that was an early kill in the game for our Death Star. Just took out their T49. Or is it a T49 or an AMX30? Looks like it was a AMX30, but it says T49 in the Abbey grounds. That was the one that wasn't killed. Nice hit on the Viz 55, who thought he could hold up in that position, use the rocks to his advantage, but in actual fact he was camping, and therefore that made him an easy target. Okay, the enemy's trying to get close to engage, and this is going to make them very vulnerable. So if you do camp, you can expect to get Arty to move you out of a camping position. He's using standard HE because he wants to stun. Both of his platoon mates have gone up those channels, but look at these two over here. Now this is where I'd use the premium HE, I think, because you want to maximize the damage on both of those guys. But he's actually going to go in with the HE to get some stun, to standard HE. Almost loaded. A few seconds to go. I'd chance a shot that they're still there. He wants the Waffenträger, low armor. Waffenträger Alpha E100, and the shell explodes short, so he gets absolutely nothing from that. So he's decided he needs to go a bit further to the west rather, to get a better angle. Unfortunately, all that's happened is that the Waffenträger Alpha E100 has actually gone around the corner, which makes the Wizzy 115A the only one who's actually exposed. But he is loaded now, rounds out straight away, and that's a nice solid hit for 338. You can see the enemy's been pushing down the river road quite a lot. They realised that our strength is on the left, and therefore they've decided to go straight down the right, and now our cap is in danger. And the annoying thing is that Oxagon might have to leave his teammates, and thankfully they at the back, so a nice hit on the M55. They might be able to pull back and help secure the cap. We do have a CC1 Mark II near the cap area. Tier 10 battle with tier 9 tanks in it. Lots of damage going on here. And that Waffenträger just emptied his mag. It's a pity, because if Oxagon had been loaded, he might be able to take that guy out, but it was still in the loading phase. Another solid hit on the Wizzy. 422. He's not picking up any stun assists though, and the enemy's managed to get into our cap area now. They're only a short distance away from us, but we won't be spotted by them for a while. And the Wizzy 111 has gone down, so that now means that there is still one tank in that channel, but look at the number of enemy tanks who've managed to push in near our cap area. We're loaded. Rounds out in the camp, cruise panther. And both of them took a hit there, and the Leopard really did suffer. Now Oxagon trying to get behind cover. All that's there's only a bush. That's all he's got to hide behind. But that K91 is taking damage. I'm not sure he realizes the Arty's in this corner, but they are taking damage, and thankfully it's Soul Collector and BG Warlord who are actually doing something about it. And a nice solid hit for the UDA 16. Okay, the enemy T95 is pushing towards our position. Hasn't quite got there yet. We're only one up on the enemy, but they've got the advantage of position. Oxagon trying to get a clean shot on the Doom Turtle. He does get it. A direct hit on Doom Turtle. That K91 will go down with one shot. The enemy's now got the advantage. And the annoying thing is they're pushing down the west side of the map as well. Our 60 TPs had to turn around and go back to try and stop the 50 TP from coming in. We didn't get the K91. He's still there. There he is. Thankfully, they did lose their Doom Turtle though, so that he's out the action. They're two ahead now. Oh, and there goes the K91. So Oxagon's got the difficult one, and that's the only one who's actually threatening our cap really more than anything. But now the thrust, the main thrust, is actually coming from the tanks in the Abbey. Because although they've got a Viz 55 and a 53 TP, well, they did have, but that 50 TP just got taken out by BG Warlord. Unfortunately, Soul Collector did get taken out during the action. Didn't see that happen, but we're now going for the Viz 55, who's moving up that channel. Can we get a shot? Rounds out. Yes, a bit of splash there. That worked. 325, makes him a one shot, and he's gone. And the kill goes to BG Warlord with that Cobra and that auto-reloading oscillating turret. The enemy's now suffering. They're now 3 down. So they were 2 up and now they're 3 down. They took a real hammering. And now Oxagon's got a chance of taking out this Leopard prototype. If he can plonk around in on that corner, and I think he can. Rounds out. Here we go. Oh! Just missed. Just missed. He got splashed. And now he's stunned. The T-49 gets a shot in. No, we've got our Death Star just around the corner. That's why the Leopard prototype is reluctant to move ahead. He knows that the Death Star's there and he doesn't want to get derped. He also knows that the T-49's there as well. But here we go. Oxagon rounds out. Oh! He was robbed again. The shell went long and exploded in front of the Leopard prototype, only stunning him. Meanwhile, BG Warlord and Cobra and the 60 TP are moving north. They're trying to find the last enemy up in the north, which is their M53, M55. This is the last enemy in the south. Surely we get a chance to kill him this time. One more round. Rounds out. Yes! At last. He gets the kill, and now he's on to his premium HE, or not premium, but you know what I mean, improved HE. And we think that the enemy Arty, the M53, M55, is somewhere in this corner. The T-49's decided he's going to go up the river road just in case the guy tries to escape. Now he's holding back on shooting because he wants to see the target, but it is a long range shot from one end of the battlefield to the other. So it's going to take at least 4 seconds for the shell to fly that distance. And the M53, M55 has drowned himself, you idiots. Always try to get some more hit points at the end of a game, even if it means you have to ram the enemy to do it. Well, here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Oxagon in the M53, M55. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10, but he didn't get any other medals in that one because his teammates were actually doing rather well. The highest damage in the game actually went to the Viz 55. He got 4,234, but didn't pick up a high caliber because it wasn't 20% of the enemy hit pool. The second highest damage went to our 60T Lebendowski Go, who got 3,807. And the third highest damage in the game went to the Waffenträger Alf E100 on the enemy team, who also got 3,789. So we can see Oxagon 2,923, got a solid performance, but a lot of shells let him down. They either went long, or they went short, or they didn't hit the target. And so, yeah, I think he was cheated out of a lot of good damage in this game. Right, when it came to kills, though, if I get this right, start working, please. Yep, the highest score was the Death Star on our team, got 3 kills. The Cobra got 3, that was BG Warlord. And 3 kills went to the 50 TP on the enemy team. And 2 kills went to the 60 TP on our team, and to Oxagon, and to the 50 TP, and also to the T95 and Kunstpanzer on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's Oxagon who did the best, 1,116. That's because he was picking up some stun assists towards the end. And 1,026 went to BG Warlord. 901 went to Soul Collector, so all members of his platoon actually came top on base XP. He fired 15 rounds, so he still had 5 rounds left at the end of the game, and they were all premium rounds or improved HE. 8 direct hits on the enemy, none of them penetrated though, but he did get 15 splashes. 2,923 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 2, and did 2,642 hit points of stun assist of 13 stuns, and that's where he got the ace tanker. You can see just missed out on getting a Confederate as well because he killed one too many tanks. He earned 36,223 credits for the game, 16,301 from battle payments, 76,069 altogether, and after ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away 28,019 credits profit. 1,116 XP, 251 for playing in a platoon, took away 1,923 experience points altogether. So 2 really good games. Pity about the first game being a draw. Well, not much can be done about that. There was that long lull where neither team wanted to push at all. Mind you, I think that Mouse could have pushed if the Lurver had actually come and supported him on that corner, but sadly he didn't, and that's as a result the Mouse had to pull back in the end, which actually kind of stalled the game. But in the second game, that was exciting because it looked like the enemy was actually doing incredibly well because they were pushing into our cap area, and really we didn't send enough tanks up the river road, and as a result it kind of collapsed on that side. But we did have enough tanks on the west side to stop that Waffenträger Alpha E100 from doing a huge amount of damage. You can see how deadly those things are because that tank was generating quite a lot of profit, as you could see. If we look at the figures for that Waffenträger alone, there he is, 3,789 hit points. These things are quite deadly, and it's one of the reasons why they were removed from the game, because if you had that ability to fire 5 shots, I think it was 5 shots with an auto-loader capability, they could literally devastate an enemy team on any channel. So thank goodness they were taken out of the game, because of course it makes you appreciate them all the more if you actually get them in the game right now. So I hope you enjoyed both those replays. Remember, we've got another video coming up with another couple of replays by Oxagon. So do stick around for that, please. And thank you for watching.